What is going on, guys? Welcome to the video. Hopefully you can hear me. On the way to do some groceries. Now this whole video is going to be on dieting, so a couple of people have requested throughout this series for me to do, you know, what I eat and diet tips. So this whole video is going to be based on that. One, because it obviously is very important, and two, well, my gym membership expired, so no workouts for this week at least. But yeah, I'm gonna take you through, I'm just gonna do the groceries, show you guys what I pick up. I know grocery shopping can be a little bit boring, so I'm gonna try add as many sick angles and transitions as I can to keep it interesting. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3. In and out in under 30 minutes. Alright guys, back home now. Now the rest of this video is going to be divided into two main parts. For this part I'm just going to sort of break down the main foods I eat. Not all of them, but just the main foods I eat on a day-to-day basis. And then later on in the video I'm just going to give some simple tips on how to stay lean, especially, you know, if you're a dunker, you kind of want to stay lean year round. So I'll just give a few easy tips that can help. But to sort of break down, I guess, meal by meal what I eat, we're starting with breakfast. First things first, I follow a gluten-free diet just because I'm gluten intolerant, not by choice. So I'll have maybe one slice of gluten-free bread, and then I'll have 2 slices of bacon with that. Plus I'll have 1 half-fried egg, and then I'll have 2 of these hash browns. Now most of my fats come from my breakfast. Not like compared to my other meals. Most of my other meals for lunch and dinner don't have that much fat compared to my breakfast. So I just like to get most of my fats from my breakfast meal. I'm not too sure off the top of my head what the macros are, but they're not too bad. I think maybe in total it's 25 grams of fat for that whole meal. So it's not too bad, gives me a lot of energy to start the day. That's pretty much what I have. I don't really change it up. Sometimes I'll have fruit with my breakfast, but not really. Those are the main things. Now for lunch, I'll usually have something very carb based, so rice or pasta, generally rice, and I'll have a lot of grilled chicken with it. So I just have grilled chicken and rice, and then switch it up with, you know, what sauce I use, just to sort of not have it as such a boring dish. Usually I just have it with ketchup, but yeah, grilled chicken and rice is a really go-to meal for me. Obviously very low in fat, good source of carbs and good source of protein. And then maybe once or twice a week I'll try to have steak as well. Now obviously a really good source of lean red meat, so I really try to have that. And then another thing I'll have is I'll have minced beef. So this is probably my favorite meal to have. So what I'll do is I'll have some minced beef, throw it in with some white rice, and then also throw in some mixed veggies with that. Either mixed veggies or just, you know, normal vegetables is fine. That way I'm being able to get some volume in with the veggies. Usually I'll try to have veggies at least with one meal every single day. Sometimes I don't hit that, but that's fine. That's sort of what I aim for. But yeah, those are sort of the main things. So breakfast will be that same thing. It'll be just the 2 slices of bacon, 2 hash browns, 1 egg, 1 half-fried egg, and 1 piece of bread. I don't really do the egg whites and things like that. You can if you want to. If you feel like you're really trying to cut fat from everywhere possible, then you can do that. I feel like I'm already lean. I don't really need to do that. But if you want to go for it, then go for it. And then lunch and dinner, it's very, you know, pretty much either rice-based meals with either grilled chicken or beef. That's sort of my main things. The other thing that I have that's not grilled chicken or minced beef is kidney beans and rice. Great source of protein and carbs also, and then that's also low in fat as well. So those are sort of my 3 main meals for lunch and dinner. Every now and then I'll switch it up with something. Sometimes I'll have creamy pasta. That's probably my most favorite meal, but just because that's so high in fat, just with all the cream and things like that, I try to avoid it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Now in terms of snacks, fruit is probably my main snack. So I'll have bananas, plums, oranges, even apples I'll try have. I like to have dried fruit as much as possible, so almonds are probably my favorite. And then I'll have some pistachio as well. Don't have any pistachio here, but that's sort of what I go for. And then on my cheat day, so I have 1 cheat day a week. I think it's important to have a cheat day just because you can sort of replenish some energy, you know, just to replenish that glycogen. You might be feeling a little bit flat just from dieting, especially if you're cutting. So it's good to have that cheat day, and it can also help boost your metabolism. So what I'll do on a cheat day is have a pizza, obviously, best food ever. Then I'll have some of this ice cream, and I'll sort of, you know, I won't go too overboard with it, but I'll not be so strict on myself just for that one day, and then back to 6 days full straight dieting. So that's pretty much it. As you can see, it's not very in-depth, it's pretty basic. I just try to stick to the foods that, you know, they're good, they're not like terrible foods. Try to switch it up, mostly with sort of like the dressing, the sauces that I use, not so much the actual meals. I usually have those 3 meals that I mentioned for lunch and dinner, and then I'll have steak every once in a while, have creamy pasta once in a while, and then breakfast stays the same. So that's pretty much it. I also try to have at least 1 or 2 glasses of milk. Lately I haven't been, not gonna lie, but usually I'll try to have 1 to 2 glasses of milk just to get some calcium intake in. I can't have milk by itself, so I just like to have it flavored, you know, Nesquik or whatever you like, and then I'll have one of these. So I'll carry this with me everywhere I go, whether that be class, whether that be to the gym. This is 1.5 liters, so I'll try minimum water intake. I'll try to finish 1 of these a day, and then I'll try to go above and beyond. And obviously, as you guys have seen in my videos, can't forget these Red Bulls. I only have these before a dunk session just to get my energy up, just so I'm not feeling really flat and I just get hyped for a dunk session. This is my go-to. I just sip on Red Bull during my dunk session, and that really helps me. But that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed, hope you took away something from this, and let's get into the tips part. So I wanted to finish this video off with some simple tips that you guys can use just to stay on track with your diet and also get a little bit leaner if that's your goal. Now the first thing is meal timing. So make sure that you're leaving adequate time between each meal just so that you can digest each meal properly. What some people tend to do is they'll eat 2 meals very close together, and that way it will sort of mess up with their digestion just because they're eating too much at once. It's a little bit hard to digest and they sort of sit on that food, and sometimes that can get stored as fat just because it's in your system still and you're not able to sort of digest that properly. Now the second thing is adding lots of volume in your food. So adding water is one, adding veggies in meals. These will just help you feel more full. That's what I mean when I say volume. It's just foods that will help you feel a little bit more full. That way you have less temptation to binge on snacks and foods that you shouldn't be eating, and it makes the whole process of dieting a lot easier. And my third and final tip is to just have fun with your diet. Whatever it is, make sure the foods you're eating, you like them, otherwise you won't be able to sustain your diet for a very long time. Eventually you're just going to get sick of the foods you're eating and you're going to end up quitting. So make sure you find a way to make the foods you eat fun, make sure you like them. If you're someone who really likes to have different meals, then make sure you know, find different recipes. But if you're someone who, you know, doesn't mind having the same meals, then that's fine. Whatever works for you, just make sure you find a way in which you're able to sustain the diet. But that's it. That's all I wanted to say for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Totally different video to what I usually post. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Turn on post notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next vid.